Good afternoon, everyone. This is Lloyd speaking. Today, I think I'm the only one around that's hosting this show, so let me take a different approach. Yeah, so today I won't actually concentrate on how I usually do it, the currency index. Instead, let's have another look at seasonality. Yeah, so recently I've taken a interest in seasonality, and I've been training it somewhat. So let me share with you how I actually do it, and I think because we have a longer time today, we can actually take a deeper look uh, and let me share with you how I actually do it, see if it does make any sense to you. So let's just make use of some free stuff that's floating around, and top of our list is actually trading view. Okay, so in trading view you can actually find this seasonalities light. I'm sure you can find a lot of others seasonality indicators. So this is the one that I use. This is for easy reference. So you can see that for this, it just tabulate the past years and see how seasonally each pair performs. Now, why I've taken an interest is that, okay, so let's look at odd Swiss. Now we're in the middle of March. You can see that seasonally, the odd Swiss actually should have taken a fall. Should be in the negative range. Now, this is not something where I'm actually interested. What I'm interested is the following Aussie yen. Let's have a look at it. So you can see that seasonally from Aussie yen, March is rather flat. Okay, let's look at Feb instead. From Feb to June. Now, this is what I would say seasonally. Odd yen should have a good trending run. Yeah, it should continue to be positive for about 4 or 5 months or so. And March is actually rather flat before it shoots up in April. Now, this actually means that we are in a very good position to actually enter any sort of retracement or breakout in March. It's going to be flat. You can see that the line actually going to rise in April. So this should be a pretty good run, and we are in the middle of March. That means we should be lookout for any trading opportunities, trying to trade the bottom or the break of the range and let it run as far as possible. Yeah, so this is what I've taken an interest in, and let's look at the following chart, Aussie Yen H4. So you can see that for the matter of March, from March till now, price is actually ranging. No problem at all. So remember that seasonally, the table shows us that it would start to March is actually a flat month for Aussie yen, and then it would have a breakout run. So what I'm trying to trade here is waiting for price to actually come down to the bottom of the range. Now again, this is not somewhere whereby I'm interested to trade, but if you want to take a risk trade, a riskier setup, you can't. Just enter when it comes down to the bottom of the range and then put your stop loss at last pick out and then let the price run. Again, what I usually prefer to do is just let price have a break of this range, a retest, and this is where I'll be much more comfortable entering. Yeah, so this is, I would say, a riskier setup, but if you do enter, it'll probably give you additional 1 hour or 2 hour. But here will be a safer setup. Now, this is what I personally will be keeping a lookout for in odd yen H4. So that I may ride throughout April or May. June it seems to be going a bit flatter. Yeah. So let's keep a lookout for this particular currency. Now, next on my list is actually Aussie yen. Sorry, Aussie Kiwi. Again, Aussie Kiwi seasonally pretty much the same. You can see at March, rather flat, and then April it starts to shoot up. May it starts to flatten a bit. One last pull up before it enters June in the negative range. Yeah. So again, seasonally, what I would like to look at is at least three good running months before I would consider whether a trend will be taking place. So let's have a look at Aussie Kiwi. In this case, what does it offer us? So Aussie Kiwi, you can see that the trend has already taken place. So this would actually be a rather easy way to trade. Again, seasonality is something for us to refer to. It's not a Bible, it's not a gospel. Just is a good reference point to have. So again, the trend has taken off, no problem. So we just enter as per any trending setup, a break and retest. I mean, any sort of pullback, any sort of higher low in this case would be a nice position to enter. Right? So Aussie Kiwi, very, very straightforward setup. You see that trend is actually very, very nice already. So straightforward. Now let's have a look at the next one, which I flag out. Not flag out, but let's go through a few. Again, Aussie dollar in the middle of March. So if you are in Jan, I would say this would be a very good time to position ourselves and then let the position run. Okay, so you can see that Jan is in fact, if I blow it out a bit, you can see that it's a bit bearish, and then Feb is actually the largest plunge. So if you look at my chart over here, the bearish trend, I'm on daily, I'm switching between daily and H4. So it really started here on the bottom of my chart, 29 December. That's where the bearish trend started, the reversal. And then possibly somewhere here, about 11 Jan, will be the first pullback. Yeah. So for a trend trader, this is where we can actually start to enter for a bearish trend. Yeah. For now, we are really at the tailwind of it, so I'm not really interested in trading Aussie dollar. CAD Swiss, again, seasonally, this is not something whereby I'm really interested. You can see 2 bullish months, bearish. So for daily and H4 maybe you can trade 2 bullish months, but I don't personally, I don't really like it. March is just a pullback, I would say. Yeah. So for CAD Swiss, I'll be much more interested in trading it towards the end of the year, which is October's 3 bearish month. Much more easier for trend trading. For now, let's give it a miss. CAD Yen, yeah, possibly this is something whereby I would be interested to trade. Again, you can see that November, December bearish, and then the start of the bullish run is actually from January all the way to June. So this is something that possibly we can look at. So let's have a look at it. Let me do something. Right. So CAD Yen, let's have a look at it. What do we have here? So you can see that we are supposed to be on a bullish trend. In fact, I can say that March we would be expecting to see some pullback before it resume its bullish trend, right? So pullback in March. There we can see very, very nice. Overall on H4, definitely a bullish. Right from last year, 15th of December, it started. So this is a bullish trend, but a very messy one at that. Yeah, it's not so clean and clear. And in fact, from end Feb till now, this is really I would say a bullish, a bearish trend per se. Yeah, but seasonally, overall, we are still looking for bullish setup. So what I'm looking here, over here, possibly we are at the start of a CAD Yen bullish run after a well, some would say complex retracement, but I would say this is just a bearish trend, short-term bearish trend, followed by resuming its major trend. Right, so you can see that priced bottoms out, higher low, higher high, higher low, it breaks. If it comes back and retests this area, I would say this is a very, very nice place for us to enter before it goes on another 3 months. Yeah, April, May, and June, bullish run. Yeah, so keep a lookout for CAD Yen for trend trading. Swiss Yen March, again, this is possibly another good place to enter. You can see that from February to October, very, very nice runs. Maybe see some retracement in May, July, and September. So let's have a look what Swiss Yen has for us. All right, let's have a look at Swiss Yen. Okay. Again, not a very nice chart to trade. You can see that very, very huge consolidation since January, and then breaks down. Now, seasonally, we can see that it's supposed to be, all right. The key thing is it's supposed to be, but again, nothing is confirmed in forex trading. We just need for our setup to appear. What I like about this is that March, there's actually a pretty significant gain in Feb, March, and April. So I'm looking for any sort of setup that I may possibly enter. Again, price is in a. I'm a bit hesitant to call this in a range, but it does appear to be. So for this kind of setup, my directional bias is actually on the bullish side. So I'm waiting for price, as always, break and retest at the high of a range, and then I will enter. A much more riskier setup will be here at the bottom of the range. In this case, I would not actually recommend this anytime I would want to trade at the high of a range or the bottom, I would want to see a sort of a breakout, a fake out first. Then I'll be much more comfortable in entering. In this kind, I don't really see any fake out, so I wouldn't want to enter here, unless in the subsequent week there is a fake out and then it enters back. I may consider in that sense, so something like this. If it does this, then that's a very terrible color. Can I change my color? I'm supposed to be able. Never mind. There it is. Yeah, if it does this, comes back, then here I would say is a prime way to enter, because then I'll put my stop loss here. Yeah, short of price doing this, not recommended. So instead, I'll wait for my usual setup. A break and retest entering somewhere here would be a better setup. Safer, I would say. So that's recent. Now let's have a look. Euro odd. Seasonally, the price is already gone. Not really interested. In fact, April and May, it seems to be on a pullback or a bearish trend. So overall, Euro odd is pretty tough to trade on daily. Just looking at the seasonals, it's pretty tough to trade on a daily on H4. H1, yeah. I mean, 2 good months for H1 is actually a very, very nice trend really. Yeah, but not so much on the H4 and daily. So let's skip Euro Aussie. Now, Euro CAD, this is actually, you can see the bearishness of it for good 6 months. Yeah, so we may be able to trade Euro Aussie, but again, I'm hesitant to enter because let's look at it this way. Seasonally, although one look is just a 6 months of rate, but the significance of the bearishness in March and April is not there. You see, I would rather see a huge chunk down. But if it's not there, then I would rather go for better setups and not just risk my money. Give me a minute. So let's skip Euro CAD, Euro Swiss. Again, for March, there's supposed to be some bearishness that enters. So possibly we can actually look at it. Let's have a look. There. So again, a high risk setup will be here, and then our stop loss, if you really want to enter here, will be at here. But again, because there's no fake out happening, I'm quite hesitant. So I'll just wait for my usual setup, which price goes this way. Then I'll be much more comfortable entering here. Yeah. So I'm waiting for a bearish trend to appear for Euro Swiss. As of now, recommend to keep a close watch, but don't really enter. So this is more of a reversal setup if you want to risk it. Definitely not a trend. We are waiting for a trend setup, so let's wait for price to enter here. This would be a better one. Euro pound. So when we're looking at it, Jan and Feb, huge bearish trend, followed by March, April, May, and June, there will be some gains. Now, this is something that we may be actually interested in looking at. So let's have a look at it for Euro pound. Looking for, again, switching between, for a bullish trend to happen. Let's have a look at it. Now, on my chart, it's really complex. Like if I have three or more things in my chart, I would actually say it's complex. Not that the drawings are complex. Now, the reason why I would say complex is that at the white boundary, you can see that this is a larger trend in play, larger range in play, right? Pretty clear cut. And then the purple box is really for the time being now. Again, this actually to me is since price has rejected twice, it's still significant enough for me to draw it out a smaller range. So while waiting for the bullish trend to actually appear, again, this is really tough for me to actually place any trade at the bottom of the range. So instead, I'll wait for price to do a break and retest over here. Then I'll be much more comfortable in entering. But once we enter, just bear in mind that there's a larger range in play. So possibly you might want to place a take profit one might be really small depending on the size of the bar. If the bar is actually too huge, then I will recommend you to wait for simply another higher low. Right, so when price does this, then enter here. If the price action here is too huge to trade, that means your TP1 is not worth it, then just wait for another higher low. That will make more sense. But if it's a smaller price action, then we have at least a 1:1 before the high of the range, then yeah, go ahead, take a trade. Euro yen possibly is something that we can also trade. So you can see that Feb, March, April, May, maybe you want to take some profits off, and June. But overall, I would say 5 months of really good bullish trend. So let's have a look at Euro yen. There. Bottoms out, one higher low, second higher low, higher high, waiting for a third higher low, then this would be a very nice place for us to actually jump into it. So Euro yen, very classic break and retest. At the end of the day, it's just a waiting game. So if it does that, engulfing body, engulfing bar, pin bar, I'll be very keen to actually take this setup and have my TP1 at the top. Yeah. So by the time it hits TP1, I will actually easily get at least a 2:1 or 3:1 if it happens. Yeah, easy gain. Euro Kiwi, nah. March and April is supposed to be his bullish one, but just 2 months. I don't really want to risk it. Euro dollar, again, if we started trading in Jan or Feb, then I would say this would be a very nice place to trade. But we are in the mid of March already, so not much place for me to run. So I'd rather skip it. The next time I'll be keen to take a look will actually be in October. Supposedly three good trending months. Yeah. So for trend, I would say minimally three good trending months for H4D1 at least. Again, but if you're trading H1, then yeah, by all means go ahead, take a look at euro dollar. Pound Aussie, again, back in Jan would be a nice place to trade. Other than that, we are really at a tailwind already. I think it's more of a reversal that we should be positioning ourselves for this kind. Yeah. Maybe I'll share more next time, but let's skip for now. Pound cat. This is something I'm interested. You can see that Feb, a bit of flatness, and then March we can see some bearish gains, and May is a huge plunge. Yeah, so if we can position ourselves well to build up 1 or 2 positions in March and April, don't be too greedy, just 1 or 2 positions. Be very liberal with your stop loss, then we may be prepared to trade at the start of a bearish trend. So let's have a look at it, pound cat. There you can see, very nice, very nice bullish run. Price drops down, and we are actually consolidating over here. Okay, just let me draw this box. Right, so price is consolidating. Now, what I'm interested to look at, the way I'm going to trade this, is wait for price, break, retest, and then I'll be really keen to enter here. It's supposed to be red. Right, don't jump in too fast. I don't really see a reversal chart pattern here, no double top or anything of such. So just be patient, wait for an actual lower high. Yeah. So we never know if price will actually be consolidating and then make for another bullish run again. Okay. So just wait for the correct form of setup to appear, then enter. Be patient. Pound Swiss, very similar to Pound Cat. Let's have a look. You can see that March all the way to September, several months of bearishness ahead. Let's have a look at Pound Swiss. You can see that price. I would gladly say that price is actually consolidating already. Bullish run, consolidate, consolidating. We're just waiting for a breakdown, giving us a confirmation over here. I mean, it may happen sometime much later, but just keep a lookout. So any time of breakdown, break and retest, we can enter. Pound yen, I would rather skip this for now. I would say the bullish run starts from Jan. Even look at the daily chart. Yeah, it's somewhere around here. You can see on my chart at the start of January, price from the battle of December, price is actually consolidating. And then right at the start of January, 2nd Jan, 3rd Jan, price has a really bullish bar. Let me blow out my screen so you can see this bullish bar. It starts on 3rd Jan and then it went on a bullish run. So we have already missed the trend. So let's not chase price. Right? There are setups all over. We can always wait for other ones. Pound Kiwi, again, I would say the bullish run, we are nearly at the tailwind of it. So let's forget it. You can see that it happens almost the same time as Pound Yen. Yeah, very complex. So let's just give this a miss. Now, Pound Dollar, so you can see that seasonally, it should start in Feb, March, really bearish run, and then last all the way to June. Yeah. On the daily chart, we have yet to see that happening. Now, this actually gives us a very good chance to enter. H4 is started happening already, not on the D1. So this is at the top, price went down. Now this is really not a very nice looking lower high. Price went down, again, previous support level, now turn resistance. May actually enter, or we can just wait for another break and retest over here. Up to you. If this fulfills your trading setup, by all means, or just wait for another, which is a clearer setup. Anyway, this bearish should last all the way to June. Don't be in a rush. Kiwi cat. Whoa, very nice. From Jan all the way to June. So we still have at least 1, 2, 3.5 months to actually enter it. So let's have a look at Kiwi cat. If you miss this, never mind, just October, look out for actually the end of September or mid of September. We can just prepare to look out when the next trending period will start. So for right now, we are just looking for bearish trend for Kiwi cat. It will last all the way until June. There you can see we are actually right at the start. Price has not made any sort of lower high, any sort of cyclicity yet. So in fact, it breaks a very nice looking horizontal level, just waiting for some kind of pullback, and then we can enter. And once we do that, just, yeah, if you got in early or got in at the right place, depending on your trading setup, I would say this would be an easy 4 or 5:1. Right. I mean, my easiness and your easiness is very different, but really, after we have done our due diligence, just wait for the stars to align. That means your strategy to align, and then we can start to enter. Kiwi Swiss, I think all the Kiwi we can actually enter. Fed, pretty flat, and then March you can see that there's a huge chunk of bearishness lasting all the way to September. So let's have a look at this particular pair, Kiwi Swiss. On the H4, there you can see the bearishness. Am I looking at the same thing? Yep, bearish trend. Yeah. So it has yet to happen yet. So be patient, wait for some kind of retracement. If this is not a comfortable place for you to enter, this is actually I would say start of March till now on the H4, a fair bit of consolidation. Either enter here or just wait for a total break, a clearer confirmation place to trade. Kiwi Yen, let's have a look. So you can see March, it should be flat. And then following April, May, and June, it should be on a bullish trend. Again, this is something that I'm keen to look out. Any flatness followed by a significant gain, 3 months of gains, it just signifies to me that price should be consolidating at the moment, and then I'm waiting to trade a breakout. So let's see if price is true to this Kiwi yen. Yes, this is indeed what I'm looking. So overall on March, it's still bad, the very nice bad drawing, bearishness here, and then now it starts to consolidate. I always like to look at consolidations because it just tells me that price is about to break out, and this is what I'm waiting for price to do. You can see that this very nice tail bar here, in fact, fake out already. Again, price break and retest. This is where I'm keen to enter. Pardon my bad drawing. Yeah, I'm really trying to tell you that break and retest should be is what I'm waiting for to be in play. Not that it should be in play, I'm waiting for it to be in play. And then if it does, letting right all the way to June should be of no issue. I mean, one stop, you might encounter 1 or 2 stop loss, but if you're like me, more of a swing trader who aim for 4 or 5:1, don't think that should deter you much. Kiwi dollar, the bearish trend started in Jan, not interested anymore. Dollar CAD, we are really maybe at the end of it already. Again, not interested. I think next time I'm looking at it, possibly will be October. Dollar Swiss, rather trade in January or October. Definitely not now. Pretty flat in March. And CAD, in fact, you can look at it, see it's only Jan, start of the trend. At my chart, yeah, see, towards the end of 29 December, if you look at the date below, this is where the bullish trend starts. So we have already missed it. Dollar yen, nope, don't really see much of a chance of price going on unless you are trading H1. USD, SGD, yeah, probably most of the USD is the same. Skip that. Now, gold. Now this is interesting. You can see that gold. Now I think I'm trading on dangerous ground. Inslee has always been trading gold, so you can see that October we have a good run already. So Feb would actually be a pullback, and then March it resumes. So let's have a look whether we have any opportunity to enter gold in March. Very nice consolidation. So I'm still waiting for the classic setup. If it happens, break off the range, retest over here, I'll be keen to enter. Nothing much to look at. Silver. No, I'd rather not trade silver, possibly waiting in October. Yeah. Just 2 bullish months is just not enough for me. I'd rather wait for 3. Yeah, so that it does have a longer trend for me to run, or rather for if I enter into any position for price to run. All right, so that's all for today. I hope it helps you. It's very different from how I usually do my currency strength, whereby I only spot 1 or 2 pairs. But since today I'm hosting for the full 20 minutes, I might have overshoot. I think this might be more beneficial for you all. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time round. Goodbye.